Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news as I currently said. So big breaking news that is currently coming out in the media, of course is in relation to Alexis Sanchez. Reports are coming out of the media saying that reportedly Alexis Sanchez could miss the game against PSG on Wednesday night, reportedly. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer fears that he has suffered some kind of knee ligament damage as Alexis Sanchez, so reportedly he could miss PSG on Wednesday night. Of course, he did come off in the game against Southampton in the second half because he had to come off, and he was basically replaced by Diego Dalot in the game as well. So reports do say he suffered some kind of knee ligament damage as like Sanchez, and he's been here just over a year now. He's enjoyed a very difficult tenure with Manchester United so far. And he's obviously had other previous injuries as well. He suffered a couple of hamstring injuries as well as Alexis Sanchez. Of course, he has lost that yard of pace. He is age 30 now, as we all know. And we know mainly since Solskjaer got recommended into the club, we know mainly he hasn't been first choice, Alexis Sanchez. As I said, his performances have been very poor, and I do think Solskjaer has lost faith in him. He's lost trustworthy in him now, as I said. But either way, probably maybe Sanchez wouldn't be probably featuring on Wednesday night, to be quite honest with you, because I do think Anthony Martial, of course, who's mainly been first choice over Alexis Sanchez on that left hand side. I think obviously he's had a groin injury, Anthony Martial, but of course I think he's close now to regaining full fitness now. He's Anthony Martial, of course, as well. So it is likely Martial will be involved against Paris Saint-Germain on Wednesday night. But I think Manchester United are probably considering, sanctioning Sanchez off, probably, willing to get rid of him in the summer, because of course he's on £500,000 a week, and I think he's the only player that needs to step up to the plate, because he's the only player, that's really underperforming in the Manchester United shirt. Of course, he was playing on that left-hand side yesterday. Of course, in the second half, he did get rotated, and he was obviously, playing in that number 10 position, but he wasn't in that position long, because he had to come off, and he has suffered some kind of a knee ligament damage, so he could possibly, miss PSG. So we don't know how severe it is yet, but Solskjaer did confirm he has suffered some kind of knee ligament damage, Alexis Sanchez, so he may not be involved on Wednesday against Paris Saint-Germain, Alexis Sanchez, but he's nowhere near the player he was at Arsenal when he was young in his prime. He was very good at PSG as well. But I think Man United, may consider, getting rid of him in the summer. And of course, Manchester United, of course, have got other multiple injuries as well. So obviously, especially, the injuries we've lost. We've got injuries to Ander Herrera. He's got a hamstring injury, as I did currently say. Mainly, he has been number one under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said, mainly since he's coming, he's fitted in that midfield trio very well. His performances have been fantastic. He's been breaking up the play well. I think his distribution's really improved, and hopefully somewhere along the line, we can come to an agreement of getting him a new 3-year deal at Manchester United, and getting him a new contract, because he deserves it based on his performances. This is his 5th season now at Manchester United, is under Herrera's. Of course, is there any chance possibly, that Nemanja Matic could be back, for the game on Wednesday night as well? Because initially it did say he was going to be out for a couple of weeks. He has got a muscle injury as well as Nemanja Matic, which is slow, and I do have strong reservations about Nemanja Matic. A lot of United fans have got strong reservations about him because he's tall and he's very slow, and of course he's aging up as well. But mainly since Solskjaer's coming, he has been playing regular, and of course he's fitted into that midfield very well. And I do think there's areas of his game he has adapted fantastically well, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's coming. So I think his form has been rejuvenated. So is there any possible chance, he could possibly be involved on Wednesday as well? We know, of course, obviously, Juan Mata is still injured with a hamstring injury as well. We know mainly anyway under Solskjaer that Juan Mata, of course, hasn't really been first choice, because we know mainly when Lingard's been fully fit, he has been first choice over Juan Mata on that right hand side. Even though Lingard can play in the number 10, Juan Mata can play in the number 10, but Solskjaer's mainly operated Lingard, on that right hand side, when he has been fully fit. And I think his progression as a Manchester United player has been very good. As Jesse Lingard, graduated from the youth system, as I said, but he shows that ability to attack, score goals, provide and all that as well. Does Jesse Lingard. But in relation to Juan Mata, I don't know how long he's going to be out for. We know he's got a hamstring injury, but he's still a very consistent player. Again, he's aging up. He is age 30, as I said, just like Sanchez. I think he's the same age as Sanchez. You can see that they've lost the pace of Sanchez and Juan Mata, as I said. But overall, Juan Mata's still a very consistent player. He's been here a lot of years now. This is his 5th season now at Manchester United. Of course, he's won everything apart from the Premier League in English football, and that's the only thing he hasn't won. But he's won everything else, which is including his 3 years he had with Chelsea as well. Juan Mata, of course. But we know mainly anyway, he hasn't been first choice, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has come in as well. So yeah, we don't know, when he'll possibly be back from injury. We don't know how long, Herrera will be back from injury as well. But obviously, especially, considering, the injuries we've got now, it is going to allow more opportunities for the likes of Fred. We don't know if he's a long-term solution. It's going to allow more opportunities for Andres Pereira and all that. I was very, very impressive yesterday. And it's going to allow more opportunities for the likes of Scott McTominay and all that. He played in the last 3 games as Scott McTominay as well. And it's good to see that Solskjaer's giving the young players a chance, which is very, very good to see. And, these young players are gaining Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's trust, which is very, very good. And as he did clearly say when he came, he was going to get the players to express themselves, get them enjoying playing football again. And he said, regardless of the injuries anywhere, he was going to give everybody the chance, the young players, the fringe players, and, this is what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has currently done. We do expect, players, to definitely leave Manchester United in the summer, so I do expect departures. So it would be ideal to maybe get some young players, that could grow, develop and mould under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But I think Solskjaer, from his own perspective, has been in negotiations, regularly, with the Man United board of what players, Man United should keep and what players, should leave in the summer and all that, because we do expect departures. Of course, as well, Paul Pogba is set to be Manchester United's new captain for the new season, as that did fully confirm. So he's going to be the new captain for the next season. Is Paul Pogba as well. For me, it looks much better, much better. When you operate him in a number 10 role. Paul Pogba, as I said, I don't think he's as good when he's in that number 6. I think he looks much better when he's in that number 10. That more of an attacking position. He shows more of an attacking extent when he's in a number 10 role. He provides good service to the front man. He provides good service to the front man. His bait box to box, very, very good. Plays them delicate passes very, very well indeed. So Paul Pogba, looks very, very effective, when he's in that number 10. So he's set to get the captain's armband for the next season, of course, because obviously we know in relation to Valencia, he's been the captain for Manchester United, but of course it's likely that Valencia is going to definitely leave Manchester United in the summer, of course. More than likely now, to be honest with you, because obviously we had till 5 p.m. on Friday, of course, to trigger that 1-year extension on his contract, to renew existing terms. Manchester United opted against this decision, so we didn't give him that new 1-year contract term extension because his current deal ends in the summer, does Valencia's. He has been here since the Alex Ferguson era. He joined in 2009, got him from Wigan, and he's made over 300 appearances in all competitions. He has been here since 2009, so this is his 10th season now in the process with Manchester United. Of course, he's had a few injuries as well, and he's hardly played this season, Antonio Valencia, because I did say Ashley Young's obviously been Manchester United's first choice right back. I said when he was mainly young, Ashley Young, he's actually mainly a right winger, but most recently, Manchester United, obviously, play him as a right back. Now and again, we have rotated him on that left-hand side, Ashley Young, as I said, and he's been one of the longest serving players here at Manchester United. He's been here a good, 7-8 years now. Of course, he's won everything in English football, but he has passed it now. He's 33 years of age, just like Valencia, he's 33 years of age, and it seems to be that a lot of the experienced players in the squad, are causing us the problems, as I said. But as did come and say, he's 33 now, Ashley Young, and you can see signs in the last 4 or 5 games, he's been getting exploited far too easily, on that right hand side as well. He's been getting bombarded far too easily as Ashley Young. So to quite honest with you, even though we've given him a new 1-year extension on his contract, I still think he should probably leave Manchester United in the summer. Of course, I've already identified the key areas where we need to strengthen up. We need a central defender, we need a centre defensive mid that's fast and tenacious, and we need someone on that right hand side. Reports are saying we're going to get around £200 million to spend in the summer as well. Of course, the club are still looking to hire a director of footballing. I haven't heard much news about that as recent, but going into the PSG game, as I currently said, we do know basically that Paul Pogba is suspended for PSG anyway, so we definitely know he's not going to be playing against Paris Saint-Germain. As I said, it's going to be a big game. As I said, you never know. We've got a 2-goal deficit, to come back from. All's possible in football. I think they've still got a couple of injuries. PSG, they've got Neymar out still, long-term absence. I think they've still got Cavani out through injury. I think Thomas Meunier, has recovered from his concussion he had, so he did basically, miss the first leg at PSG. You've got some good young players. They've got a lot of experienced players in their team as well. At the time we played PSG in the first leg with Verratti, had only recently, just recovered from injury as well. So they've had a few injury problems with PSG as well. But we are doing very, very well under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and it is essential that we get that top 4 this season, of course, and hopefully we can succeed in the FA Cup. So we'll invest more money, by doing that as well. And I think we can be more competitive in the summer transfer window, if we can get top 4 this season, and that's so we can offer Champions League football for next season. And obviously players at a certain certain level, want to be in Champions League football, as I said. So it is essential that we do get that now. Of course, we are in the top four, which is very, very good. And when Solskjaer came in, Manchester United were 11 points behind top four, and basically everybody ruled us out, at that moment in time as well. So yeah, very, very good. Solskjaer's brought the fluidity back to the team, structure of the teams right, the cohesion of the teams right as well, which is very, very good indeed. But I think Sanchez is a problem, to be quite honest, and it just emphasises, how ineffective, like Sanchez, because when he came off yesterday, you could just see the vast improvement. As soon as Diego Dalot came on, you could see the improvements as soon as he came on. We're more attacking when he came on. He was actually playing more of an attacker than a defender. Was Diego Dalot, and do you think he looks better in that right wing than initially a right back? Diego Dalot, because he has been playing there in the last couple of games as well. He contributed, for Andres Pereira's first goal. Pereira played very, very well yesterday. I think Solskjaer's going to give him more opportunities, Andres Pereira, and Solskjaer himself has been in negotiations with Andres Pereira, about his Man United future and all that. Of course, he has strong reservations about his playing time because he hasn't really had the opportunity as a Manchester United player so far as Andres Pereira. But of course, Solskjaer's keen to get him a new long-term contract. When he was on his loan spells with Valencia and Granada, he was a first-team regular. He enjoyed 2 loan spells, in La Liga, but he's found game time hard at Manchester United. But considering the string of injuries we've got now, it probably will give him a bit more game time, Andres Pereira, and he put a fantastic performance out yesterday, getting a goal, fantastic goal. It was probably goal of the season, also getting an assist as well. And yeah, so Solskjaer does believe in him, as I said. So that's very, very good that Solskjaer's got a lot of trustworthy in the young players as well. But Tommy wasn't that good yesterday. To be quite honest, I think he played a lot of misplaced passes yesterday, so he wasn't really that good yesterday. And you've got Marcus Rashford. To be quite honest, he's been like lightning, as a Manchester United player, especially since Solskjaer's come in. He wasn't that good yesterday because obviously he wasn't playing in his favourite position. Of course, Rashford was out wide on the right, obviously, with Marcus Rashford. But I think he looks much better, when he's playing in more of a central position. That's where he's been mainly playing, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's coming, in that number 9. He can play out wide, Rashford, but I think he just looks better, centrally does Marcus Rashford, to be quite honest. The way he gets them runs in behind, exposes opposition's defence, is absolutely fantastic indeed. And hopefully somewhere along the line, we can come to an agreement of getting Rashford a new 6-year deal at Manchester United. His current deal ends in 2020. There is an option of a further year as well. But he's risen up the ranks fantastically well with Manchester United. He's been a United player since the age of 7 from a very, very young boy. Broke into the senior squad in 2016, and since then he's been absolutely fantastic indeed. And we know mainly he has been first choice over Romelu Lukaku in the Manchester United squad, in the Manchester United team, as we all currently know. But if we can get him this new 6-year deal, it'll take him under contract till 2025. It'll take him to the age of 27 as well. Marcus Rashford as well, and he does deserve it. Based on his performances, I think he's got that in products now. His finishing, as I did say, has improved. He's scoring more goals, as I said, and he's playing really, really well. And you can just see that this team want to play for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said. And I think he's a good tactician. Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said. I think his mentality is absolutely immense. He's brought the fear factor back to the club. He's brought the Ferguson days back as well. And I think he's following Ferguson's philosophy. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is following Ferguson's philosophy, but I think Solskjaer's got to definitely, get the job on a full-time basis, without a shadow of a doubt. He deserves it. And, it only cost us around an additional, £7-8 million, to get him on a full-time basis. That's all we'd have to pay him all, basically. Initially, we've just paid under 2 million at the moment, or is it 1.8 million, something like that, to get him on a temporary basis, as I said. And he knows the club inside out, he knows everything about the club. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a great player for 11 years under Alex Ferguson, flourished under Alex Ferguson. And, he hasn't really proved he won trophies and scored goals, but let's be honest, he hasn't really won much in silverware as a manager at the moment, but I do think that is to come in the future. If Man United, of course, can get some new additions into the club in the summer, that is definitely, to come. As I said, when he was on his 2 managerial spells with Mould, he won 2 Norwegian titles still. With Mould, he wasn't so good at Cardiff, let's be quite honest, but he only had a short tenure with Cardiff, and he doesn't really know much about Cardiff, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, I think he's the right man for Manchester United without a shadow of a doubt. And reports do say we're going to get around £200 million to spend in the summer, but we do expect players to leave. And Man United still could consider, selling Lukaku in the summer. Of course, if Man United do decide to sell him in the summer, reports do say, that he's indicated that he does want to make the move to Juventus. Romelu Lukaku, that would be his preferred destination if Man United do sell him. I don't think we'll recoup the initial £75 million we did pay for him, to be quite honest with you. We do have strong reservations about him. He's slow, his first touch really concerns me, but he's still a proven goal scorer in the Premier League, and throughout his playing career in the Premier League, he's done really well. And he's got a pretty decent pedigree in the Premier League, as he has proven, Romelu Lukaku. But as I did say, Rashford's mainly being first choice, because what Rashford can offer up front, Lukaku cannot currently do. But reports saying that Man United could sell Lukaku and Sanchez to possibly fund the move, maybe, for Jadon Sancho as well. And defensively, I've been very impressed with Victor Lindelof. I think his progression as a Manchester United player has been very good as Victor Lindelof. To be fair, he's improved this season. He's flourishing fantastically well. He's showing that determination, that he can play out from the back. He's galloping forward, as I said, and I think he's, fitting in that defensive line fantastically well. And it's mainly been him and Smalling as most recent as a centre-back partnership, to be quite honest with you. I did say I would prefer Lindelof and Eric Bailly, because Bailly's been in out of the team this season, but he has still got great potential as Eric Bailly. But as I did say, since Smalling recovered from injury, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's obviously preferred Smalling alongside Lindelof rather than Bailly alongside Lindelof. As I said, Smalling's been playing well. He wasn't so good yesterday in the game, as I said, and he's been one along in servants here at Manchester United, of course, because this is his 9th season now at Manchester United. Of course, he's won everything here as well as Chris Smalling. But Solskjaer has totally rejuvenated the team. As I said, he's rejuvenated the team. He's got the team playing in the right vein and the right manner, which is very good. From back to front, you can see the improvements. I think the front men are interchanging closer together better. I think Pogba's getting the freedom to express himself. I think full-backs are getting high up the pitch. There's defenders that are willing to play out from the back. We've got good ball playing midfielders now, and it's good to see that Solskjaer is giving young players a chance as well. But in relation to Sanchez, as I said, he's suffered some kind of knee ligament damage, so he may not be playing against PSG. But I think Martial should be in contention, to play against Paris Saint-Germain. We could have played him yesterday, but it would have been a bit of a risk playing him yesterday, so I think he could be involved against PSG as well. Could Anthony Martial. But so basically we know that investment is definitely needed in the summer, because obviously Arsenal are definitely probably going to invest in the summer, without a shadow of a doubt. Chelsea can't, obviously, because they've got that transfer ban that they got given by FIFA. I haven't heard much more news about that. Probably maybe Liverpool may invest in the summer as well. So teams, will invest in the summer. So it is essential, that we do. We didn't invest in the January transfer window. Of course, we didn't do so good in the last summer transfer window. We only got 3 players. As I said, we got Diego Dalot in, we got Lee Granting, third choice keeper on it. And we got Fred as well, who's, he's enjoyed a difficult time as a Manchester United player so far. And when he has had the chance, he hasn't really impressed, Fred, to be quite honest with you. And we don't know if it's a long-term solution, to be quite honest. United paid £48 million for him from Shakhtar Donetsk, of course, as well. And, there's nothing much more that's updated in relation to David De Gea. Of course, I've already given you an update on that, as you've seen on my other videos. So there's nothing much more to update on that, as I said. There's been news going out today, though, as I did update you on my last video I did earlier on today. Reportedly, it did say Manchester United are prepared to make, young 18-year-old Jadon Sancho the most expensive English footballer ever, reportedly. It did say Manchester United reportedly are prepared to pay up to £100 million for Jadon Sancho. So this would we are willing to break our transfer club record. So basically, it would be our most expensive current signing, because our most expensive signing at the moment, of course, is Paul Pogba. But if we were to get Jadon Sancho, he would be our most expensive signing. He'd be the most expensive English footballer ever, reportedly as well. But it did Borussia Dortmund, from their perspective, wouldn't want to sell him, because Borussia Dortmund know how much of a central player he is to their team, and Borussia Dortmund know how much, Borussia Dortmund know that he can score goals, he can provide and all that, and Borussia Dortmund know how much of a central player he is. But if Manchester United came in the summer and went, there's £100 million, that probably would convince, Borussia Dortmund, to currently sanction Jadon Sancho off. And I think Manchester United have identified him as an actual summer target. I think he'd addressed that right-hand side very well. Of course, he's very young in his generation as well, which is very good. He's still got a contract with Dortmund till 2022, hasn't he, as Jadon Sancho? But I do like Jadon Sancho. He's a very good player. I think he'd complement our front line. He's still got a contract with Dortmund until 2022. Borussia Dortmund only paid an initial £7-8 million for him. from Manchester City, because he had experience of playing English football. He had a couple of years with City. He never got into Manchester City's first team, as we all currently know. This is the majority of the reason why he did leave City, and he did go to Borussia Dortmund, and he actually began his youth career with Watford as well. Manchester City do have a buyback option on the player. It did say if Man United could come to an agreement to get Sancho in the summer, City would receive around 15% of the transfer fee, because I think City inserted a 15% sell-on clause in terms of the deal, as it was currently saying as well. But Jadon Sancho, yeah, very, very good player indeed. Of course, he's English. He made his England senior debut last year as well. But as I did say, Borussia Dortmund are known for doing business with their players. You know, they sold Aubameyang for around, 58, 59 million. You know, they sold Pulisic. He's going to be officially a Chelsea player new season. They sold Pulisic for 58 million. They obviously sold Ousmane Dembele for around 105, 106 million, you know, to Barcelona as well. So if they were to sell him, Jadon Sancho, financially, you know, Borussia Dortmund would make a huge, huge profit on the player, of course, as well, because Borussia Dortmund, as I did say, only paid an initial £7-8 million for Jadon Sancho. But reports do say Manchester United, if we have got any chance, you know, of getting Jadon Sancho in the summer anywhere, of course, Manchester United, you know, need to, you know, get top four and obviously get Champions League secured for next season, if we do have any hopes of getting Jadon Sancho in the summer as well. So Manchester United have been heavily linked with Jadon Sancho, and he's only 18 years of age, and he's got a lot of years ahead of him, as I said, and I think it'd be a good addition to our squad. As I said, I think he'd bring that attacking flair. You know, he can provide, he can score goals, as he's definitely, you know, proven, you know, this season, you know, with Borussia Dortmund. And he's been at Borussia Dortmund, you know, a couple of seasons now. I think this is it his second season now with Borussia Dortmund, you know, Jadon Sancho. But yeah, very good player indeed. But it did say Man United are willing to offer up to a 9-figure sum of £100 million. It would to tempt Borussia Dortmund to sell him, it would take a bid of at least anywhere in the region of maybe £70 million, something like that. The most expensive English player at the moment is actually Kyle Walker, because Manchester City did sign him, was it a couple of years ago, you know, for £50 million. It's £50 million. I think there's some addition. I think there's some. What do they call it? Bonuses required as well in the deal. Well, they signed him for £50 million. I think there were, you know, somewhere else involved as well, but I think there was about 3 million. I think there was some add-ons involved. I think it was something like 3 million add-ons involved as well. So I think that risen it up to £53 million. So I think it was 53 million Manchester City, you know, paid, you know, for Kyle Walker. So reportedly, if Man United can come to an agreement to get Jadon Sancho in the summer, we would almost be paying almost double than what Manchester City paid, you know, for Kyle Walker, as I said. So he remains the most expensive English player at the moment, does Kyle Walker, as I said. But there's obviously other targets, you know, Manchester United have been interested in as well. We do know that we've been keeping track of that Joao Felix as well, you know, that Benfica youngster. I've been giving you an update on. Man United have instructed scouts, you know, to keep a close eye out on him. Reports do say he's got around 100 million, is it, buyout clause summer in his contract with Borussia Dortmund, with Benfica, should I say. He's got 105 million buyout clause as this player. Only broke into the Benfica first team last year, this player as well. He's yet to make his Portugal senior debut. Of course, he's only 19 years of age. He's versatile as well. I do think he's mainly a winner, but a few teams have actually expressed their interest in this Joao Felix as well. So yeah, a few teams have been interested in him. It says Manchester United have been interested in him, but it will cost Manchester United staggering amounts of money, you know, to get him in the summer. Man United have been in talks with Benfica over this. Man United have been in talks with Benfica over this as well. And there's been reports coming out as well. I want to give you an update on about Gareth Bale as well. You know, the rumours have stemmed back in the last 2 or 3 weeks. You know, that Real Madrid, well, according to the Spanish outlet, reportedly Real Madrid are preparing, you know, to sell Gareth Bale this summer, reportedly, because obviously during his 6 years, you know, with Real Madrid now, Gareth Bale, this is his 6th season out at Real Madrid. Of course, he has struggled with his fitness regime, because obviously he's injury prone. Is Gareth Bale obviously, you know, suffers a lot of injuries as well. Of course, Real Madrid back in 2013 did pay an initial £86 million to get Gareth Bale from Tottenham, of course, as well. But obviously, Real Madrid are considering selling him in the summer. Reportedly, I think Florentino Perez, you know, the Real Madrid president, I think has lost patience, you know, with Gareth Bale, and I think he wants Gareth Bale out of the club. Reportedly, I think from Bale's perspective, I think he's still happy in Spain with Real Madrid, and he's no intentions of leaving Real Madrid. But I think Real Madrid are considering sanctioning him off. He has still got a contract till 2022. Gareth Bale, as I said, we know there's been rumours basically since the David Moyes era that Manchester United have obviously, been linked with Gareth Bale. He did say at one point Chelsea had showed a slight interest in him as well. He's still got a contract with Madrid till 2022, I think, as Gareth Bale. But obviously Real Madrid will be trying to recoup the majority of the money, they paid for him from Tottenham back in 2013, which was £86 million. I can't see Real Madrid, basically recouping that £86 million, they paid for him from Tottenham, to be quite honest with you. They probably may get maybe 60, 63 million pounds for him, maybe, but they won't get 86 million pounds for Gareth Bale, as I said, because he's aging up now. He's 29 years of age, he's nearly 30 now. Of course, he's known for injuries as well. He is Premier League proven, no, because he spent a lot of years in the Premier League. He had 6 good years with Tottenham when he was younger. He actually began his youth career with Southampton as well, did Gareth Bale, so he could well leave Madrid in the summer, but I think Bale is still happy to remain in Madrid, reportedly, as well. The other transfers we've been interested in. There's been reports coming out in the last couple of days as well, when that we know that Manchester United, of course, have been interested in Bruno Fernandes. He's another name that's been mentioned in the media as well. It says Man United have reportedly, scheduled a meeting, to reportedly, meet up with his current representative, Bruno Fernandes. He's 24 years of age. He is Portuguese. This player called Bruno Fernandes. He is a Sporting Lisbon midfielder, reportedly. I think this player has got a release clause of around £90 million. Reports did come out from a Portugal, was it, report or something like that, saying that Man United have expressed their interest in him. Reports are emerging saying that reportedly Manchester United could get him in a cut price transfer, reportedly. I think this is based on Sporting Lisbon's financial problems or something like that. It said Liverpool have also been interested in him as well. I think Liverpool have been interested in him. I think it said AC Milan had also showed an interest in Bruno Fernandes as well. So Sporting Lisbon could be opening to sell him in the summer. He has still got a contract with Sporting Lisbon till 2023. He's mainly in attacking mid, but he can play in other positions as well. So this player is versatile. Reportedly this season, his performances for Sporting Lisbon have been very, very good. But obviously he spent the most of the entirety of his playing career in Italy. Because he's an ex-Sampdoria player, ex-Underneath player, but now he's in Portugal. Sporting Lisbon only paid an initial £8 million for him from Sampdoria, as we all know. But he has got a release clause of £90 million. In his Sporting Lisbon deal, this player as well. So as said, Man United have identified him as a possible summer target. Man United is set to have negotiations with Bruno Fernandes' representatives over the potential summer move, as reports are currently saying in the media. As reports are saying in the media as well. So he's been another name that's been mentioned. Of course, I did give you an update early on, the other targets that Manchester United, of course, have been interested in as well. But we are aware anyway, that investment is needed. Players are going to leave in the summer. It's definitely guaranteed. Valencia is definitely going to leave. We need top 4, obviously, to get Champions League for next season, so we can attract more players' interest, invest a bit more money, especially, if we win the FA Cup. And I think we'll be more competitive in the summer transfer window, to be quite honest with you. But that game yesterday give me a definite glimpse of the Fergie days. Solskjaer himself, when he was a player for Manchester United, he would have been part of them great comebacks, that Manchester United did as well. But United did it the hard way, but it doesn't matter, it's 3 points. Southampton are our bogey team. Of course, don't forget, Manchester United have got a lot of injuries as well. We've got a lot of senior players out. It's looking like now Sanchez has yet again suffered another injury, so his Manchester United career comes from bad to worse, does Alexis Sanchez. I do think Man United probably are going to consider, getting rid of him probably in the summer, to be quite honest with Alexis Sanchez. So it did say he could miss PSG, he didn't guarantee it. Solskjaer himself fears that, he suffered some kind of knee ligament damage or something like this, Alexis Sanchez. But I honestly think that number 7 shirt needs to be taken off him. I think someone else should fulfill that number 7 shirt. Even, probably Martial, could probably, maybe even get that number 7 shirt, to be quite honest with you. But I think Sanchez will definitely, with Solskjaer's tactics and all that, he's definitely going to lose his place in the team. And I do think, he's going to lose that number 7 shirt, is Alexis Sanchez, because Solskjaer did say a while back he was confident his form somewhere along the line, would improve, but he hasn't proven this, Alexis Sanchez, to be quite honest with you. So I think he's going to be on his way out of the club in the summer. In terms of the wages he's receiving, it's going to be hard, for teams to obviously, afford his current wages he's receiving. But, Man United probably will get rid of him in the summer. Manchester United, the PSG Man United preview will be coming up either tomorrow or Tuesday, because it is on a Wednesday night, as I said, so that preview will be coming up for that game as well. But as I did say, PSG have got a lot of good players in the team. You've got Dani Alves there, good experience fullback. As I said, he's aging up now, but he spent the majority of his playing career with Barcelona. He spent a lot of years with Barcelona. He had he was at Juventus at one point, wasn't he, as well? But yeah, Dani Alves is a very good player. As I said, Verratti is a good midfielder. He's a midfielder I'd wanted Manchester United, to go get as well. Mbappe, very good young player as well. Very good during his Monaco days. He's been very good, since he's joined Paris Saint-Germain as well. Kim Pepe as well, he seems to be alright as well. He actually scored in the first leg against us as well. I think that was his actual first ever goal for Paris Saint-Germain. Obviously they've got Cavani, he's good as well, but obviously Cavani is injured at the moment, as it does say. And obviously, is this Thomas Tuchel's first season with Paris Saint-Germain? If I'm currently right, because obviously they used to have Umre as well. So yeah, that preview will be coming up very soon. So anyway, drop your comments, likes, boil the channel. If you do, consider subscribe. As always, and take care. God bless.